I forget how to be on camera. So we're gonna learn again. Today I'm gonna be talking about difficult lighting situations. We've all had them. We've all been in them. Sometimes the circumstances on set work against us. And in those situations, we just need to figure out how to make something work for the story or scene that we're shooting. So today I'm gonna show you a particular lighting situation that was difficult for me and how we came out with something that I was really happy with. Here we go. So this is a pool scene from a music video that I shot for my sister last year. I'm gonna show you what the location looked like originally. Okay, so here's the original location pictures that were sent to me. Yeah, we've got a house and we got a pool and we got a dog. That's a cute dog. I knew that this was gonna be taking place at night, which is tricky because it can easily look very just darkness and nothing there. We had to basically figure out how do you, make it look good. When I approach a night exterior, it's like, what can we motivate from what's already there in the shot and not like try to just throw blue moonlight at everything? Because I feel like that's a particular look that might work for another project, but for this one, I didn't feel that was the vibe. So yeah, this situation is difficult because we have to kind of do everything from scratch. There's not much there given to us. It made it a little bit tricky. And we had a pretty significant area to cover with our lighting so that the background doesn't go completely dark. All I mean by that is just like filling the frame with highlights somewhere. Like we just need to see something edge to edge in this wide, basically. We were lighting for this shot in particular, which is why I have it pulled up. So going back to this location photo here, I was asking myself like, what would be motivating light out there besides moonlight? So I remembered there was a party scene in the house just before this. So this is what that looked like. Very Euphoria inspired. I was binging the whole show at the time. This was an easy color palette choice for me. So yeah, that's what the party scene looks like. So I just decided that we would extend that color palette to outside, as if like the party is like half inside, half outside type of thing. You know, big party guy. So yeah, going with that party theme, you saw how the inside was kind of this like cyan and pink color palette. So I decided to just like keep that cyan inside. I think literally for all these windows, it was a Nova just bouncing off of the ceiling with a cyan color on it. Yeah, and then we put some pink lamps in the window here. You can barely see them in this frame. And then we just use like another RGB, I think it was like an IntelliTech RGB light cloth bouncing off the ceiling in there for some pink. Another pink lamp here. These all have B7 bulbs in them, aperture B7. And then these pink string lights, which were very difficult to find for some reason, and had to set them up on these poles because these were not there before. So shout out to production design people on this one, because I'm sure you can see what I'm talking about. Like we've got these little highlights over here where otherwise it would have just been like darkness. It just helps bring interest to the frame, like completely left to right. If we had panned right anymore, it would have been just completely dark. We lit exactly for that frame. Since we have this cyan color, the pool can motivate that color very easily as well. First thing we did was we have a Forza 500 nan light with a spotlight attachment thing on it, and it's bouncing boing off the water and onto our house here, which creates some nice water caustics, as they call them, some water texture, which I think added a lot of like, made it feel more dynamic because it's like moving. I don't know. And finally, there are these lights in the pool. Usually pools have like some type of lighting in them, but the built-in ones were not nearly powerful enough. So we got some Amaran ALMWs, which are just like little rectangular, completely waterproof little lights, which they ended up working really nicely. The only thing was the battery only lasted a little bit. But yeah, so they were just like scattered about in there. I think we had 10 of them total, which you only see 3 here. But like for this part, for example, like everything that's lighting the water and her are those lights in there, which I thought was really cool. So we can actually like make the water kind of glow and motivate that light that's coming from underneath, which is tight. Also with our Euphoria reference of these like backyard exterior, like night exterior pool party things in Euphoria, they always had like some big bokeh somewhere so that when you're focused on a subject, the background can have some interest to it. So yeah, you can see how that the string lights are playing there and the different stuff we had in the house. So the lesson there is like when you light for the wide, going in for the close-ups, like you've already got some interesting stuff in the background. So yeah, why not light for the wide, you know? And last but not least, we had all this water splashed on the concrete. I actually didn't like even plan for that or anything. It was just like we were about to roll on this wide shot and then I saw the concrete there and I was like, oh, we have water. We should just sploosh. Yeah, and you can see like obviously all that reflection is just like so cool. It's like doubling everything that we already have going on there. So like we've got this door, we've got the door again, we got the lamp again. So it's just like, okay, that is the entire setup. Also, I wanted to show you this still here. This was just an example of like when you have made up your own little imaginary scenario like we did here. Like this is the outside of the party that's going on inside. You can take that color palette and light quality and mood and just apply it to other things. So like in this shot, we were able to apply that pink and cyan color palette since we had already established it in that wide. When she was sitting here in this spot, actually no light was hitting her at all. But since we had already established we have some pink, we've got some blue cyan going on, we were able to just do a tube on each side, one pink, one cyan, create this shot, and then people totally believe it because we've already established that color palette. So hope that makes sense. Even though she's not in a place where she would be getting hit by that light, realistically, we're able to get away with it basically because we've already established that was going on. So I feel like that's the biggest lesson and takeaway here. Like when there is no motivation for something, make one up. And then you've got like a little rule book to play by. And yeah, this is a nice little shot where the water caustics were actually keying her. I think we had that and then we supplemented with a little tube just to fill in a little bit. That's basically the breakdown. I know you've probably heard it so many times, but it just goes to show again that pre-production is so important. Even when you can't location scout, just get photos, come up with a plan, talk to the director. It can be pretty overwhelming in pre-production when there seems like there are so many possibilities of how you can go about shooting something. But if you can try to box yourself in, give yourself a little bit of a sandbox to play in, make some rules, make some guidelines for yourself, collaborate obviously with the director to see what those guidelines should be, you know, like color palette and mood and what direction you're shooting and the scene, the action that you're covering, where are you going to need to see? That is all going to play into how you're going to light something. So for example, Elise, the director on this video, we were collaborating in pre-production and she had a shot list and things that we needed to get. What direction, can we just pick one direction and just shoot that way the whole time? And luckily for us, the answer was yes. We were able to just shoot like in this direction. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Yeah, I hope this helped just to see my thought process for this. Obviously, there's a million ways to light a pool scene. This isn't like a how to light a pool scene video. It's just like, this is the situation I was in and this is what we did. So yeah, hopefully you gained something from that. And if you've made it this far, comment a difficult lighting situation you have been in as a DP and how you overcame or how it went terribly wrong. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I will be doing more videos. Setting up a camera and talking to it is not one of my most favorite activities, but it's been really cool and rewarding to like connect with other filmmakers like yourself over this platform. So be sure to subscribe for more cinematography related content coming soon. It's been a pleasure and an honor. I will see all of you on the next one. Oh, by the way, this was on the Amira with Zeiss super speeds, but this shot right here was Komodo.